Hi, welcome to the Invebo Repair Centre. This video is intended to demonstrate the features of the innexxis SD20 Bluetooth upgrade kit fitted to a SoundDock 2. And now we're back just to show you how it works, alright? So if I turn the power on, you'll notice two things. There'll be two beeps from the actual dock and then followed by a power up Bluetooth initialization beep. If you can listen carefully, I might boost this on the audio. So turning on now. And you heard the three power-up beeps from the SoundDock Bluetooth section. Now, at the moment you've got the 30-pin connector, and if you've got a remote control, and the volume buttons work exactly the same way as they did before. So if I just plug an iPod in here, this is tricky because if we play music which is recognizable, we'll get a copyright strike by YouTube. So plug her in and press play. So there you go. Yeah, I'm going to talk over this. It sounds great, but I'm going to talk over it, otherwise I will get a copyright strike, which we don't want. We haven't got any license-free music. But otherwise, the iPod will work exactly the same as before. It's USB charging, 5-volt USB charging, so it's 5-volt, 0.7 amps charging, and the remote control and everything will work as before. So there's nothing special about that. And the Bluetooth functions, which I'm about to demonstrate to you, work the same regardless of whether the iPod is on and charging or not on and charging. You do not have to unplug the iPod or iPhone to use the Bluetooth function, okay? So I'm just going to unplug this for the time being, and then we'll demonstrate how to pair with Bluetooth. Obviously on your phone, I've got a Huawei phone, and obviously the Bluetooth needs to be turned on, and you'll notice in here there is one BC7A in there already. That's from a different one I was testing, so I'll just unpair and forget that one. Unpair. And you can see there's nothing there now. And if I scan, so now to pair with this, you just need to put the dock. You won't be able to see this dock in the list until you enter pairing mode. Otherwise, people could, from outside the building, could pair with it and scare you to death by playing music in the middle of the night and stuff like that. The Bluetooth 5 in here has got quite a long range, so much more so than the old Bluetooth 2 version. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go into pairing mode, and to do this we just need to press and hold both volume buttons and then release. We go press and then release. Okay, so press, and you hear a slight beep from the unit, and then scan. And you can see immediately the BC7A has come up, alright? So pair with it. It's pairing. And a small beep. It's very low level beep. I could hear that quite easily. And now it's paired. And it says connected. So the BC7A is connected for media audio. So if we go to YouTube and look up some license-free music. Okay, so no copyright music from SoundCloud, and then play. So now we're playing from Bluetooth. Sounds great actually, and we can pause and do whatever you want. Okay. So now if the iPod is plugged in, say you do have the iPod plugged in, then pressing play, let's stop that now. Pressing play on your iPod will not cause any music to play while you're streaming. I'll just demonstrate that now. If I press play here, so you can see it's now playing from the iPod. Now if I press play on the phone, it will take the dock over remotely, whether the iPod is playing or not. So let's just turn that off, and then after about 15 seconds of it being in pause and no streaming happening, the dock will revert back to the iPod, and you can hear it now. So there you go. So I'm going to stop that now. Alright, so that's basically the operation of the Bluetooth. And the dock, when you power the dock up, If I just, what should I do? I'll just switch off my Bluetooth here, okay, to simulate me leaving the room. So I've left the room and I've gone away for the day, and I come back, and when I turn the Bluetooth back on, the dock will regroup with the last Bluetooth. So now if I look on here, you can see the BCA7A is connected for media audio again. So it will regroup or reconnect with the last Bluetooth device it was with. You can pair up to about 10 Bluetooth units by using the pairing procedure. If you want to power the dock down, you can press and hold both volume buttons until you hear the power down sequence. You might not be able to hear that, it's quite low volume. So the dock is now out of standby, so you can't connect it with Bluetooth. If you've got someone's annoying you, or something on your phone is connecting by Bluetooth and playing things when you don't want to listen to it, you press and hold both buttons until you hear the power down sequence. To power back up again, you just hold the plus button until you hear the power up sequence. There's the power up sequence. The unit's ready to rock and roll again, okay? So that's basically it. It's very straightforward. Pairing by pressing and releasing both buttons into pairing mode. It will pair very quickly. It'll appear in your screen. You can pair with it. It'll reconnect when you come back into the room, and then you can power the dock up and down as I've just shown you. But otherwise, the Bluetooth will work as Bluetooth, and the dock will work as before with the iPod. Now, if you put the iPod in and you hear no music, it could be that the Bluetooth is playing or connected. Now, there is one exception, is that on this phone, when I press play on the phone, I can turn it down on the phone obviously as well. Normally what you would do is set this to about 3/4 and then set a comfortable listening volume, and then you can turn it up and down as it suits you. Now, and when I press pause, as you saw before, it'll go, and the iPod connector will be re-enabled, and the sound from the iPod connector will then be played out of the dock. Now, there's an exception to this, is Amazon Echo. Amazon Echo doesn't have that equivalent of that pause. Amazon Echo is streaming all the time. So if Echo is connected to this, then the iPod may not work. You may need to tell Amazon Echo, you say, Alexa, disconnect Bluetooth. And that will then enable the dock, because the Echo does not follow the rules of Bluetooth. It's not correct. So that's the only exception. If you've got a problem with playing the iPod, check that your Echo isn't constantly streaming. Even though there's no audio, the rules say that when you press pause, this is supposed to disable the stream from the source device and release the audio channel. Now, Amazon Echo does not do that. It's connected 24/7. If you only want to use the Echo, there's no problem at all, but if you want to connect to it by Bluetooth, you may need to come up and do the pairing. You may need to tell Echo to disconnect Bluetooth. So that's the only exception, but the written instructions are on the website in the tech guide section. I hope you found that interesting, and enjoy your dock.